Next, I'd like to talk about pricing. I've been in the position myself of going out and getting multiple quotes for a service, then scratching my head trying to compare them, hoping I'm comparing apples to apples, and then pulling the trigger, hoping I got it right. And I can definitely say that more than once I've been left with buyer's remorse. So I wanted to provide a little insider information on pricing and a rough guide on what to expect, plus red flags to look out for. First, I want to talk about the commonalities amongst all the quotes that you might be receiving. Every company operates in our local area of Vancouver and has staff that live in the local area and might have a shop facility and pay rent in our local area and would require some basic tools and a vehicle or two to get the job done. So assuming you're dealing with a reputable company that pays a living wage to their staff, maintains WCB and liability insurance, etc., companies should be roughly equal in those costs to provide your service. What makes up the difference mostly comes down to labor and materials. In fact, it's usually about 60 to 70% of the cost. High quality and long-lasting refinishing is dependent on the very careful and meticulous prep and painting of your cabinetry. It's also dependent on how efficiently the company can turn your project around. Low prices usually mean low wages, which means high turnover and staff that are not thoroughly trained, and therefore not taking due care and attention with the finer details of the process. I mentioned previously that consumer-grade paints used on cabinets cost less than half of the 2K waterborne industrial products that we, for example, use. These industry-leading products also require special equipment, training, and application methods to apply. So they're going to increase the cost on all these fronts, but will definitely create the longest-lasting finish. And tools, as I mentioned previously with sprayers, can also make a massive difference in the end product. Sanders, for example, are another part of the refinishing system that make a big difference. Just to give an example, orbital palm sanders can be picked up at Home Depot for as little as $30. But here at Cabinet Painting Vancouver, we use the industry's best orbital sanders from Surf Prep and Mirka, which can run you close to $1,200. The difference in the speed and finish is unbelievable though, which is why we use the best. Now, the other main differentiator is the level of service you receive. This is a little bit harder to quantify, but it comes down to the little details that make your experience either like a McDonald's drive-thru or a 4-course meal at a Michelin star restaurant. Does the company have friendly, clean-cut, uniform staff and clean company vehicles? Are they easy to deal with, and do they have great communication? If you have an issue, do they take care of it right away or make excuses and just stop picking up your calls? Do they make vague references to a warranty, or do they have a robust aftercare program so you don't have to worry about a thing after you pay your final bill? I know all of this sounds great, but what does that actually add up to when it comes to the different amounts you're seeing on the 3 quotes you might receive? In our experience, the best refinishing companies in Vancouver, who are dedicated to refinishing and refinishing only, who use 2K or equivalent products on cabinets, who have a great reputation and offer a great warranty, will have prices within about 15% of one another. And those differences in price often come down to the finer points in the level of customer service, aftercare, and warranty that you'll receive. Now, quotes from residential painters tend to vary more widely. Some might charge a pretty high price as they see that the homeowners place a high value on getting their cabinets revamped, and they don't specialize in refinishing, so they don't need a high volume of projects. But they will be using consumer grade products and will usually have longer turnaround times. But generally speaking, we see their quotes come in quite a bit lower as the materials, the staff, the training, tools, and other aspects discussed previously will be of a lesser quality. It doesn't mean that they can't produce a product that will look good, but it's more of a gamble from the client's perspective, and durability should not be the reason you choose to go this route.